I am Debbie Bells with Feel Good Qigong, and this is a short routine. It's a ready, set, go for your day. If you don't have a lot of time to start a practice, this little practice will help get you your energy up. It'll start getting your chi going, your circulation going, your proprioceptors going. It's a great way to enter your day without putting too much stress on the physical body. I always like to start with the rotation. It's just a really nice, soft way to start getting in touch with your body. It's the first movement of the day, perhaps for you. And you want to do it, slowly so you can really connect with your physical body. How's it feeling? So I'm rotating my foot. My feet feel pretty good today. I've been having some issues with my feet hurting. And I think that could be from a number of things, but you want to become aware. You want to stop something in its tracks before it exasperates into something way bigger, where you're down for the count. So this rotation, check in. Okay, how does this movement feel in my body? And we all have different ways of rotating. I particularly like to start from my feet up, and start to rotate the different joints. Like as I'm rotating my ankles, I can feel the ankles and my foot all the way to the inside, the outside, the front, and the back. And then I can start to feel my knees rotating, and then the hips start to rotate, and then I'll feel it in my ribs, because you want to bring it all the way up, feeling that rotation in my ribs, in my upper chest, in my upper ribs, then in the shoulders. And I'm just going around. And then you also want to go in the other direction. Try to go in the other direction. The other thing I want to mention is what I love about this practice, you don't need any equipment. So I'm in my clothes that I'm going to be traveling with in today, and I can easily do this practice. I don't need a band. I don't need a floor. I don't need like a mat, although it's nice to have a little carpet maybe or something under your feet, or a mat. But that's about it. The rest is, the equipment is you, the gear is you, and we're checking into how you're feeling. Now, I love to do rotation, try to get full rotation in my major joints, especially the shoulders. It's an area where most people are feeling some congestion. And you want to, again, recognize, okay, do I have full rotation in my major joints? So just moving that around, getting that little bit of synovial fluid moving. We want to clear out in the practice. In other words, we want to release some of the knotting in the hose so we can flow in the flow state. I was watching the morning show with my sister this morning, and they were interviewing that skater. His name is Nathan Chin, and they were asking him questions, and he talked about the flow state, being in that flow state. When you're in that flow state, everything is just running smooth. And that's what we want to get to. We want to find that flow state. But the way to find the flow state is moving and standing, sitting, mindfulness, meditation, finding all of that to get into a flow state, because it's a really nice state to be in. And I know you've all felt it at some point or another. Let's drop our head forward, shake out the head of the neck a little bit, get some tension off the shoulders, drop your arms, feel some fluid moving into the fingertips. Maybe rotate the arms, circles, let them hang, let the head and the neck hang in one direction, and then going into the other direction. We'll start some shimmying. So we start to shimmy now. Another way of gently moving the body, getting this side body moving too, just going from side to side. And if you want, you can bring up your arms as well overhead if that hurts your shoulders. Remember, pain is an indication of inflammation. You don't want to move through the pain. The best way to kind of release pain is first to clear out the body of the knots, and then you can slowly go in and start creating some movement, so you could have the pain move through you. When we're in pain, we're congested, we're even gripping even more because we're kind of holding on to that pain. If you can release that tension in the body, then the pain can move through you. So again, paying attention to where your body is feeling any discomfort. Very important to start your day knowing that. And we're going to go from side to side. Also, I like this movement as well, because again, it's a reminder, it's an indication of that I can feel it in my neck, just kind of releasing some tension. So, you do what feels good for you. We're going to come to stand. We want to align our body for the day. So press the feet away from each other. There's a rug underneath me. I can imagine you pressing this rug away from each other, away from my feet. It engages you. Start to grip the feet a little bit into the earth. It'll lift up the arches of your feet. As we start to tend to do this, everything starts to collapse in. We want to rotate those thighs out. Externally rotate the thighs, engage your thigh muscles, soften the knees a little bit. You want to tuck your tailbone under. I'm a sway backer. I do a lot of that. So I'm continuously always tucking my tailbone under, kind of rooting down into my feet. Lift your shoulders up, slide them back, and then slide them down. But it's not like this stiffness. We're just creating a little bit of space. We tend to hold here, drop them down. The head, like you have an apple under your chin, you're just kind of holding it in place. You want to be careful we're not leaning forward. This starts to happen as we start to age. What's it going to do? It's going to create a load on the front of your body. It's going to really compress and irritate your low back if you're leaning too far forward. So just kind of move around a little bit. Where are you holding your weight? Is it in the front of the body? I mean, where are you leaning too far forward? Maybe too far back? Again, it's finding that just right place. I'm always catching myself leaning too far forward. Not a good plan because we're going to fall eventually. Falls are one of the major reasons for aging is falling. So root down into the earth. So we're starting to turn on our chi system, our electrical system. We are energy. And that's what this practice is. It's cultivating energy. So we root down through the feet. And as we engage the legs down, you start to lift up from the crown of the head is up. So we've got these two poles, heaven and earth. And we're rooting down through the earth and we're lifting up through the heavens. We're preparing for our day. Fingertips are pointing down into the earth like antennas, starting to connect with this energy source. Lift the corners of your mouth up also. Turn on your joy hormone. And then we're going to palms face down. We start to draw this earth energy. We're going to grab this energy above us. And as we exhale, we start to compress. We're bending the knees. We're shifting into the heels. And we're coming down. We're inhaling up so you can come forward on the ball mounts of your feet a little bit. Don't come off the heels. And then as you exhale, we start to compress. So we're creating this pumping action. We're starting to turn on our pumping application for the day, starting to move our fluids, getting the fluids going. So now we're going to increase this a little bit more. Now when you come up, come onto the toes, the wellspring of your body. As you exhale, shift into the heels, tuck that tailbone under, and then you release the arms down like you're ready to sit down on a bench or chair. Inhale and draw up. As you exhale, you shift into the heels and you bring the arms down. So we're pumping. Inhaling, draw up. Exhale, compress. Turning on your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system starts the fluids. We have lymphatic fluids that start to process through our system to open up the lymph nodes. The lymph nodes is what releases toxins out of your body. They're like little Pac-Men that are running through your system to get rid of toxins. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to release the toxins out of the body. We have emotional toxins. We have what we eat can be toxic. We have toxic relationships. We have, all kinds of things that create toxins. We don't want to hold on to them in the system because that breaks it down. It inflames it. So we're releasing our inflammatory. We want to get our inflammation down. Life is stressful, and that's just the way, it's the yin and the yang. And it flows in and it flows out. And we want to flow, find that flow state in any situation that we're in, good or stressful. You just don't want to have that stress lodge in your body. You want to recognize it, move through it. So moving through anxiety is very helpful. We can talk all we want, and it's important to analyze, but we also need to move it out. So this little movement is opening up your system very gently and effectively. And now we'll come back to our mountain, soften those knees. You want it like you're holding a balloon or a big ball. Find your mountain, tuck that tailbone in. Find your balance forward or back. and just breathe. So we're bringing heat to the surface of the skin without any stress. As you breathe in through the nose, if you want to blow it out through the mouth, if you feel a lot of anxiety in your system, or just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Use the breath when you inhale, bring the tongue to the surface, to the roof of the mouth. As you exhale, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth as we start to create some saliva moisture in our mouth. Remember, warm feet, pink hands, moist mouth. Inhaling, tongue to the roof of the mouth. As you exhale, drop the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And you have to do this with a closed mouth to get moisture to the mouth. Inhaling, tongue to the roof. As you exhale, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth, creating that saliva, that moisture, creating heat bringing heat to the surface of the skin. You're closing off your doors and your windows. You're creating heat within your internal body to get ready for the day. And then release and come back to standing. Just notice any difference at all. Going right into proprioceptors. Real important that we know how to navigate our body in space, in our environment. They do get dull, and that does help. That does create falls because we don't know how our body's moving through this environment. So fish's environment is water. You take the fish out of the water, it dies. As humans, our environment, our habitat is between earth and sky. If you go past a certain mileage above sky, you're now in the atmosphere where there's no gravity. So this is where we live. We live between these two planes, and we want to learn how to navigate our body. We don't want to flare. You don't want to, like babies, that's why we swaddle them, because they don't know their environment yet. Their body's not sensitized yet to their environment. So your feet and your hands, highly sensitive areas of proprioception, even around the mouth and the lips. That's the other area. Now we're going to add a little coordination also, good for the day, to be coordinating, crossing over, coordinating, activating proprioceptors all at the same time. Lift your knees up, your thighs up as comfortably as you can to get a little activation in the thighs as well for those muscles. And then shake it out, cross over, squeeze the shoulder, give yourself a little massage and cross over. Other side and cross over, other side and cross over. Now we'll go right into activating again, circulating, activating. This is good for the bones too. Activate your hands, and then we start to tap. So tap the crown of the head, all around the head, getting some circulation. Around the eyes, around the mouth, move your jaw around. We hold a lot of tension in the jaw. Getting ready for our day to speak. The neck. And now your thymus gland, your sternum, flat bone creates white blood cells. Thymus gland's behind that sternum, real important for your immune system. So this is part of your protecting yourself, shielding yourself from pathogens entering your body. Let's tap along that clavicle bone, right into the crest of the shoulder, where the arm hooks up with that clavicle bone. We're going to cup the hand, and then you tap. You tap. So this is drawing blood to the surface of the skin. If you're feeling discomfort in any joints, you can stay there a little bit longer. The elbow, inside the elbow, is part of the heart meridian too, so you can stay there a little bit longer for your heart. To the hands. Outside of the arm. So we're also working meridian lines. Also doing this, activating back of the shoulder blade, around the breast tissue, lymph nodes, tons of them. You want to keep them clear. Again, we're talking about those lymphatic system. Underneath the armpit, this elevates your mood. It's the heart meridian. Again, lots of lymph nodes here. We're going to tap the side of the body along the rib cage. And then we come to the other side, tap that thymus gland. So your first line of defense is your skin. It's like cellophane wrapped around your whole body. It protects you. But if you don't have it, if the skin isn't healthy, it's not going to protect you. It's like taking off your raincoat in a really bad storm. And then we'll go to the other side. And then we're going to go around the breast tissue again. And I highly recommend doing this little thing, not watching any television, shutting off the phone, because it's disruptive. And we want to pay attention to what we're doing. You just don't want to like not pay attention to what you're doing. You want to understand what you're doing. It'll create more of a desire to do this stuff. But we don't want to be distracted. You know, really give yourself that 10 minutes of paying attention to you so you know how to navigate your day. And then we're just activating all the organs here. And then we make little robin's eggs. We start to tap the top of the femur bone, getting some vibration here. Tap the sides of the hips, bring it all the way up to the top of the hip, and then back down to the glutes. Give yourself a nice massage for your kidneys. Jump up 10 times on your heels, activating your wellspring again. Tap down the backs of your legs. We're just gonna take a little detour here to our knees, getting some circulation to the knees. And then the back of the knees, down the calves, to the feet, inside of the legs. This is part of our kidney meridian that I've been talking about all winter. And then we're going to tap and slap the groin lymph nodes again, activating those lymph nodes to get rid of the toxins. And then we're going to do this again, femur, hip. Now we come down the sides, stay at the sides of the knees, stomach meridian 36, major meridian to create some energy for your day. And then we come up the front of the legs, stomach meridian, and then we go from right to left, activating the whole digestive system. All the way around. And then you can also massage it if you'd like. Great way to start getting those bowels, move the digestive system moving so you can eliminate for your day. And then hold it. Find your mountain, noticing how you feel. Hope you feel some vibration. I forgot to do some shaking, so we're going to add a little bit of shaking also. And again, another way to stimulate the body, get circulation to the body. I woke up this morning, I could see marks from my socks, which is an indication I've got too much fluid in my lower extremities. That is not good. We want to get that fluid out of the lower extremities and bring it up and circulate it through the system. We want your fluids moving. And that's why we move throughout our day to get that system moving, your circulatory system moving. Real important. And if you don't have time for anything, at least do this. Shake it out, get it going, get the system going. And if you need to blow out some steam, inhale through the nose and let it out. Don't hold on to that, any tension whatsoever. And then stop, feel that vibration. We'll activate the breath a little bit. You might feel your hands activated now. We're going to inhale, lean forward on the ball, down to the feet. We're always in that rocking, standing on a boat. Exhale, compress. Blow the air out, leaving those toxins out. Inhaling, full deep breath, getting some oxygen to your cells. And as you exhale, you tuck the tailbone under and you compress the ball. One more time, inhaling forward and exhale, release. Hold that right at your center. And we're going to rise this energy up for the day. Inhale, rise your energy. Exhale, return. You always want to feel stable and return back to your earth. Inhaling, rise up for the day. And exhale, return back to the earth. And then you can set an intention for your day, and that could be your ready, set, and go. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful, energized day.